In the winter of 2018, I found myself moving into a narrow Victorian house, perched on the edge of an old market town. The place had been empty for nearly 7 years after the quiet passing of Mrs. Eleanor Voss, an elderly widow who'd spent her final days upstairs. The price was low and I craved solitude, so I took possession that cold December. The ground floor felt like any old house. Cold flagstones, a cramped sitting room, a kitchen with a stove that looked older than me. But it was the upper floor, the space above, that felt heavier. There was a front bedroom facing the street, but at the back, a smaller chamber resisted my touch. The door was warped, stubborn. Inside, the dust was thick, undisturbed, except for a tall cheval mirror, ornate, oval, with acanthus leaves curling black along its frame. Oddly, the glass was spotless, as if someone had wiped it just for me. I left that room alone for days, but on my 4th night, something felt off. Sleep wouldn't come. At 2 in the morning, I wandered the corridor, drawn by a chill I couldn't explain. The rear door, which I'd closed tight, now hung slightly open. I stepped inside. Pale moonlight stretched across the dusty boards. The mirror waited. At first, my reflection was just that. Me, tired, messy hair, old dressing gown. But as I stared, I noticed something wrong. When I reached up to touch my cheek, the figure in the glass used its other hand. I froze. For a moment, the reflection didn't move, then slowly it tilted its head as if curious. Then I heard it, a faint tapping, not from the room, but from inside the glass itself. Fingernails tapping, almost asking to be let out. The figure's lips moved, forming silent words I couldn't decipher. The tapping grew faster. I bolted, slamming the door behind me. Sleep was impossible after that. The next evening, I decided I'd had enough. I brought an old sheet, intending to cover the glass. But when I entered, the mirror showed nothing. No reflection at all. Just the wall, the peeling wallpaper, the window. But turning around, the room behind me was perfectly normal. I left the house the next morning and didn't return alone. A local antiquarian examined the mirror. Victorian, he said, beautifully preserved. Its history? The piece had belonged to a family whose daughter died young in 1871. She'd loved that mirror. It stood in her sick room until the end. He offered to take the mirror. I didn't hesitate. That night, sleeping in a borrowed room across town, I woke again, 2 o'clock. The darkness felt thick, wrong. And from the far corner came the same soft tapping, patient and deliberate, as if the mirror, or what was in it, hadn't finished with me. I didn't look, and I haven't truly slept since.